But I mean, I don't understand how somebody can watch this and don't understand the comparisons to Colin Kaepernick's situation and his response to it. Steven Crowder. Okay, Steven Crowder is a character. I mean, I think he's literally a character. I've been kind of watching him for about maybe 2 years, and he's somewhat of a comedian. I may chuckle, every once in a while, but his politics is just like any other grifter. He says what he needs to say about Democrats. He says what he needs to say about Republicans to make sure that he's giving his fans what they want. He pushes the line between being damn near racist, just hateful, because he knows that's what his fans want. So when it came to the FIFA soccer games, he said something very interesting, and I promise you, I had to rewind it, and I watched it like 3-4 times to understand what he was saying. And it had me thinking, I honestly believe if he wasn't being disingenuous, if he wasn't being paid to be a grifter, okay, he would honestly support Colin Kaepernick when he was doing his protests, before he was blackballed in the NFL. He would support Colin 100%, without a doubt. Now, let's go ahead and let me show you the proof, okay?
Wow. I pretty much I did a Hooked on Phonics version, and it could also just be a porno password.
I have no idea.
All right, so Gerald knows.
Put it in your talk, boy. Could remind you later.
Yeah.
$5,000 this goes for now.
On eBay.
I used to have
An authentic talk boy.
That's the silver tuna, baby.
The silver tuna tonight. All right, Gerald, you know sports.
I do, and you don't consider this a sport, so I appreciate you allowing this to happen.
I consider it a sport. I also consider it an embarrassment. Two things can be true.
That is true. FIFA, so World Cup started, and things got a little
Say
bit
it again.
interesting. FIFA World Cup.
Oh, that's verbal epicock for me.
It is. It's billions of dollars, though, right? So prior to the opening match at the World Cup, Iran played England, and they actually did a little bit of protesting.
Oh, yeah, the Iranians
refused to sing their own national anthem.
Good for them.
Whoa. No. We're not going to just, no. Okay. We're not going to just let that just slide on over. We're going to rewind this, okay? I need you guys to understand what he just said.
Refused to sing their own national anthem.
Good for them.
Good for them. He literally said that they're protesting. Okay, I don't think you guys understand. He literally said they refuse to sing the national anthem because they're protesting. They're literally on the field demonstrating their protest on something that they think is protestable, if that's a word. I don't know if protestable is a word, but it is a word now, okay? Before we even get into this, because they're going to even get in deeper with their understanding of what these players are trying to broadcast to the world. Understand, this is pretty much same thing that Colin Kaepernick was trying to portray here in America. Home of the brave, land of the free, here in America. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
They're all thinking of being beheaded when they go home.
Yeah, seems like a bad idea.
Better than boarding Flight 93.
Yep.
I've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, they're all off at work from the box cutter factory.
Like, is everybody else doing it?
Hey, it looks like hijacker Andrew Tate.
If they were,
but of course they can't help but to get close to that. Is this racist type of jokes? But okay, we're not here to talk about that. But here, take a listen.
all murdered.
Right.
Well, and here's the thing: we're joking, of course, but that actually takes balls for them to do that.
It does.
Yes.
Because they are protesting the unjust murder. We'll get to that in a second.
Right to the
Bro, I do not understand. I mean, I get it, because trust me, I've watched this, I pondered on this, I thought about it. I understand, because when other countries do something in protest of something, that's good. You know, when they're protesting their own governments and their own kind of wrongful mishaps in their country, that's good. But here in America, if you don't sing the national anthem, if you don't stand up for the national anthem, if you don't put your hand over your heart for the national anthem, you are not American. You are not a patriot. How dare you do that? But he's literally saying that these people are brave to do that. And they probably will, like he said, it's probably going to be worse consequences for them than, you know, Colin Kaepernick. I mean, Colin Kaepernick got his Nike deal. You know, he's not a irrelevant guy. I mean, he kind of is doing his own thing, but he doesn't have to really be worried about being beheaded by his government. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? If he wasn't being paid to be a clown for the Republican Party, he would be 1,000,000% for Colin Kaepernick in what he's doing, or what he did and probably still is doing. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Protesters.
Right, of the protesters. It takes a little bit more than the armband, right? It takes actual balls to do what they're doing.
A little bit more.
A little bit more. Unfortunately, though, you should note, this is the problem. Players don't have all that much power, right? It's the people in charge. It's the suits. And you've heard me talk about that.
Wow, are you kidding me?
Even sometimes on the conservative side, not just when we're talking about the political establishment, but even when you're talking about the media on the left and on the right.
Is he talking about the imbalance of the power when it comes to sports and how much power these owners have? Like he wants to call the suits, you know what I'm saying? The people who actually blackballed Mr. Colin Kaepernick. Is he talking about those people? Because when this happened years ago, that's exactly what we were saying. Is that this man is going to get kicked off the team and he's not going to be picked up. And I don't want to hear this, you know, Colin Kaepernick was, you know, not a good quarterback. Like, no. I'm pretty sure he's even better than half of the quarterbacks today. And to be honest, you know, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I haven't watched a football game since then. I honestly kept my promise and haven't even watched not one football game. And I used to love football. I'm a Bronco fan to the fullest. Denver native myself. But, you know, that's neither here or there. Like I said, if this goofball, if this clown right here was not being paid and not brown-nosing to his idiotic fans, he would be for Colin Kaepernick. And I was trying to find, before I did this recording, clips of him talking bad about Kaepernick. And if I can remember while I'm editing this, to even add that in there, because it's weird to me. It's weird how these grifters, these idiots, can easily contradict themselves like this.
The suits aren't necessarily lined up with you. The suits in the soccer league are not lined up with the players, and so the protest fell on deaf ears because FIFA brought in someone to pinch hit and sing the national anthem anyway.
Now, of course, that's not really her. They're just being weird.
That's beautiful.
Gerald, give us an update here, though.
So, nearly 400 Iranians have been killed for protesting the death of 22-year-old Masha Amini. Right, and so we've seen this happening all over the world. People are protesting this. Now, people are actually being killed, but it goes a little bit further than that. You're like, oh, okay, so people are being killed in the streets. That's bad enough. Well, when Parliament gets together, like the Iranian Parliament did, and basically says, yes, you need to execute the protesters, that's pretty bad. That's not just like the Ayatollah being crazy and going out and murdering people. That's all of Parliament being like, yeah, we totally, they should be killed.
Hey, can I make a point there?
So, when Colin Kaepernick was doing his protest, I mean, what was that thing that the president said that should happen to Colin Kaepernick? And I mean, of course, you know, I don't ever want to compare someone literally being killed to someone losing their job. But I mean, everybody on the right, essentially, was like, he needs to lose his job and he is not a true American. And he was literally using what makes America what America is. His freedom of speech, his freedom to protest and protest what means something to him and honestly millions of other people. It's not like he was protesting more money or something just ridiculous, and it's just like, get on out of here with that. He was honestly protesting something important. But I mean, I don't understand how somebody can watch this and don't understand the comparisons to Colin Kaepernick's situation and his response to it. I don't get it. But
there, because I was raised in Canada where we have a parliamentary system. For all this talk about democracy dies in darkness, well, if you understand what a parliamentary system is, there still is a component of democracy. Some people would say it's more democratic than really what we have as a constitutional republic. But it doesn't really matter if Parliament can still just order the execution of protesters. Hey, democracy can also be mob rule, infringing on the rights of the minority.
Oh, so what about... Wasn't there a law, I believe in Florida? I'm not sure if they passed it, but I'm pretty sure that they did. But it was like people who are driving will not be held accountable for running over protesters if they're deemed in the way. Is he opposing that too? Did he oppose that? I'm pretty sure he didn't, because once again, he's a clown, he's a grifter, and whatever the central Republicans do, he's just going to mimic and double down on it, no matter what they say, because that's what grifters do. They need to get paid. So why is he so like gun ho? Like, these protesters will still get killed for protesting. But yet in your own country, they're literally doing the same thing. How easy is it going to be to just run over somebody if they're quote unquote in your way? Like, how could you even really prove that? You know what I'm saying? Like, people protest in the streets and on highways, like they're protesting. So what's going to happen? Someone who doesn't have a few, missing screws is going to run over some people. And I bet you this idiot, I hope he's there to celebrate that. Because if he doesn't, he might lose his job.